Hi everyone, today we talk about our earnings next week. I've been doing this video for like the last couple of weeks, and whenever I've done it, it's been really popular. Got a lot of views off it, a lot of likes, which has been really good. The last 2 weeks have kind of been crazy. A lot of the big companies have now pretty much reported their earnings over last week and the week before that. So the earnings cycle kind of like dips a little bit now, and I'd say this is kind of like the last big week of earnings, and I'm not sure if I'll make another video about earnings the week ahead next weekend. So this might be the last one. As well, I've kind of done it as like a bonus video on Sundays, and I don't normally record a video on Sundays, but when it gets that kind of like feedback and review from you guys, it makes it worthwhile doing it. So I'll do this one, but like I said, I don't think there'll be any more after this. But we're going to get stuck into the earnings for November the 5th onwards. So Monday there's a few interesting companies reported earnings. On this list, the ones that I'll be kind of like the most excited for or watching is Ferrari. That'll be on the open. I expect Ferrari to beat numbers quite easy. It's a stock that I used to invest in, so I know the stock very well. One that I've watched really closely over the last few weeks with a lot of the big correction that's been going on. But not getting back into it, but it's an interesting position where it is now. But I do expect Ferrari to be earnings quite comfy with how they control the amount of cars they're able to manufacture. So I'll be watching that one. And then on Monday, I think out of all the other ones, I'll be probably watching Marriott. I like watching a couple of the like leisure hotels, kind of seeing how they do, which I think Wynn's actually reporting on Wednesday, so I'll probably be watching that one as well. Tuesday, Turtle Beach. I can't remember exactly how Turtle Beach is doing, but I'm pretty sure like they're overvalued from what I can remember. Papa John's, that's one that's been in the news quite a bit so far this year. So probably interested to see how they do with a lot of the news that's come out about them recently. Ralph Lauren, be interesting to see how they do, impacted probably from like the actual retail sales on the street going down, and how they're going to do from there. I think the last earnings they actually did really well, I think, but I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what happened. Wednesday, Groupon is a stock that I've watched quite often. It's at a very cheap price and it's still growing quite a bit. So I've watched Groupon quite a bit. It's just not a stock that I'd invest into, but yeah, interesting. Michael Kors, they're always like all over the place. I could never like predict Michael Kors how they're going to do at all. On the Wednesday open, after close, Square, I reckon, I don't know, I'd probably say Square are more likely to beat. The stock's down quite a bit off its highs. I think it's around 77, and its highs are at 100, so if it does produce a good strong earnings, it'll probably bounce quite a bit back up to the hundreds. Roku, I know a lot of people are interested in that stock. Wynn Resorts, I follow that stock very closely. I've talked about that stock quite a bit, and potentially long term it's one that I look back in getting into at some point. It's on a big massive downtrend at the moment. A lot of the China trade war going on as well, so I'll keep an eye on that one. Qualcomm, I know quite a few people follow that one. Take-Two, I'm sure they're going to smash numbers after Red Dead Redemption 2. So that seems well populated there, that game, when they brought it out. Thursday, Dropbox, I've mentioned before about Dropbox. Interesting company that I'm keeping an eye on. Disney, that'll be interesting. Another company that I'm keeping an eye on into next year for investing in. Activision, I think they held up pretty well. I think EA got slaughtered, but Activision are doing okay. We'll see what they do. Skywork Solutions, probably watch that one slightly, see how that one does as well on that Thursday. On the Friday, there's not really too many companies that I'm too bothered about reporting earnings. None of them that I watch closely. So always Fridays is the quiet earnings day, to be fair. I've just seen Etsy are actually reporting on Tuesday. I must have missed that one. They post actually really good numbers last time. I think the stock jumped quite a bit off their numbers. So that's the earnings, or the major earnings, most anticipated earnings for November the 5th next week, and seeing how they do. Like I say, guys, I think it's probably the last video I do of the pre-earnings videos. So I hope you've joined over the last few weeks, and when the next earnings come around, Q4 earnings, I'll maybe consider making these videos again, because like I said, they've been really well received, and I've really enjoyed doing these videos as well. So that's the video for today, guys. Give the video a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.